Take a long breath in and let it fall slowly from your lungs. Let the weight of the day melt from your shoulders, your neck, your chest. There's nothing to do now but listen. Let the quiet settle around you like a warm blanket. The air is gentle. The breeze is slow. And you are safe. Feel how soft the silence becomes when you give it your full attention. Let your eyelids grow heavy if they haven't already. You are entering a world that belongs only to you. A world that waits for you behind sleep's velvet curtain. Our story tonight begins in the dreaming realm, where time bends like candlelight, and the stars whisper through the trees. You are walking beneath a night sky so vast and calm. The constellations seem to blink slowly just for you. The air is cool and still, brushing softly across your cheeks, carrying with it the faint scent of moss and old stone. Grass muffles your steps as you follow an unseen path through tall trees that seem to lean protectively overhead, guiding you. There is no fear here, only wonder, only peace. Ahead, nestled against the gentle slope of a forgotten hill, rises the shadowed silhouette of Stonebridge Keep. It doesn't announce itself loudly. There is no trumpet, no torchlight, only a quiet, solemn beauty, a kind of stillness that hums beneath the skin. The keep is ancient, so old the ivy curling up its walls feels young in comparison. Its stones are warm with memory, and every corner is shaped by centuries of silence. There are no guards at the doors, no gates to open. It is waiting for you, and only you. They say Stonebridge Keep cannot be found by day, that its entrance appears only to the dreaming. A legend passed through hushed generations claims that a hidden stair, coiled deep inside the castle, forms step by step as you rest. One step for each hour of true, unbroken sleep. Not a staircase for fleeing or climbing quickly, but one built for reverence for, rising slowly into deeper peace. The stair leads upward in a spiral, the most sacred shape in medieval belief, curving gently like the path of stars around a still night. You cross the threshold of the keep and feel the hush deepen, as if the walls have closed their eyes to the world outside. Your footsteps echo gently in the wide, circular room you've entered. It is dim, but not dark. Candlelight flickers from sconces etched with symbols so old they predate memory. A gentle hearth crackles somewhere out of sight. The stones beneath your feet are cool and worn, and in the center of the room stands the spiral staircase, its first few steps already in place, waiting for you. You place one foot on the stair. It does not creak or resist. Instead, the stone seems to breathe with you, warm and quiet. As you lift your other foot, the second step appears, then a third. The staircase builds itself gently beneath you, stone by stone, as though the keep has been dreaming this with you all along. The air grows softer as you ascend. There is no destination in sight, only the quiet circle of steps winding upward into gentle darkness. Each turn of the stair draws you deeper into serenity. With every curve, the world below drifts further away. A breeze moves through the air now, subtle and sweet, carrying a scent like lavender and parchment. Perhaps it is the wind through an open window far above, or perhaps the keep is breathing with you. The sounds of your ascent are soft bare feet on smooth stone, a distant hum like an old lullaby, remembered from another life. You do not climb to escape. You climb to release. You are not moving toward anything. You are sinking inward. With each step, your thoughts grow quieter. With each gentle rise, your body feels lighter. There are no burdens here. There is only the spiral, steady and slow, like the turning of a great clock that no longer keeps time but merely drifts. You do not rush. There is no need. The keep understands the rhythm of rest. At one curve in the stair, you pause before a narrow window carved into the wall. Through it, the stars seem impossibly close, glowing blue and silver against the black velvet of the sky. They do not twinkle. They glow steady, like eyes, watching with kindness. You feel seen, not examined, not judged, just gently known. A wind curls in through the opening, brushing your skin like silk. You linger here. You breathe it in, then you rise again, spiraling deeper, the air becoming quieter still. You pass a tapestry on the wall, its image, blurred with age, but you think you see a tower wrapped in vines, much like the one you now ascend. Another turn brings you to a carved wooden alcove holding a sleeping cat. It does not stir. Its breath rises and falls, slow and deep, as though it too has found the heart of rest. And still, the stair continues to build itself beneath you. You stop counting the steps. You do not need to measure your journey. You are not meant to reach the top too soon. This climb is the dream. The spiraling is the peace. Somewhere above, a chamber waits round and soft and filled with warmth. But for now, you walk. And in this walk-in, you fall deeper and deeper into stillness. You rise slowly, the soft stone beneath your feet humming with calm. The deeper you go, the less the world outside seems to matter. There are no clocks here, no names, no lists of things undone. The air itself carries peace, gently pressing into your skin like warm hands. You become part of the rhythm of the stair, your movements slow and smooth, like drifting on the tide of a vast, invisible ocean. Every curve of the staircase feels like a page turning in a book written just for you, familiar, sacred, silent. With each step, the castle reveals small details, meant only for dreaming eyes. A candle held in a dragon-shaped cradle flickers to life just as you pass, illuminating faded murals of robed figures holding books, bowls, and lanterns. Their faces are turned upward, as yours is now. Another turn reveals a shallow recess in the wall, lined with velvet and filled with silver bells, none ringing, but all shining faintly, as though reflecting a light too gentle to be seen. Every detail exists, not to be noticed, but to be felt. The keep does not try to impress. It only offers. You pass a wooden bench carved with vines, tucked against a curve of the wall. A blanket rests across it, folded, soft, as if left there for you by someone who knew you'd pass this way. You pause, brush your fingers across its fabric. It feels like sleep itself, quiet, warm, endless. But the stair continues to build itself, and you are drawn upward, not by effort but by surrender. You are not climbing, you are floating. Now, through air held together by memory and quiet, somewhere in the silence, you begin to hear a sound so faint. It's more sensation than noise. A heartbeat, slow, patient, pulsing through the stone. It does not come from you, it comes from the keep, as though the entire tower is alive and dreaming and welcoming you into that dream. You match your breath to that rhythm, and the air becomes easier to breathe. It's like inhaling dusk, exhaling stars. On another landing, a round window opens onto the hill below. You see the tops of trees swaying as though sighing in their sleep. A brook glimmers far off, tracing moonlight through the dark fields like a ribbon of silver ink. From here, the world looks gentle, forgiving. You watch it for a while, not as someone separate, but as part of it, as if your breath joins the breeze outside, as if your stillness contributes to the calm. The keep asks nothing of you. It simply receives. It accepts your weariness without judgment, and in return, offers stillness in every stone. You begin to sense that this place is older than time, that it is dreamed alongside generations of travelers, each finding it in their own sleep, each soul climbing slowly toward peace, one curve at a time, 1 hour at a time. And now, it is your turn. As you rise, the temperature grows, warmer, not hot, but cocooned, like a quilted room, lit by firelight. The walls here are closer, more textured. You run your fingertips along them and feel every dip and notch in the stone. This part of the stair feels like memory, not a specific memory, but the feeling of being remembered and held. You move slower now, not from weariness, but reverence, as if you've entered the very center of the keep's dream. A curved alcove appears, lit by a single candle in a brass bowl. In its soft glow, you see a wooden music box resting on a stone ledge. You don't open it somehow. You know the tune it plays is not for now, but for another dream, another night. But its presence fills the air with something familiar, like the ghost of a lullaby. You pass it in silence, and the stair continues to rise. With each circle, you feel your body becoming lighter, not floating, but unburdened. The weight you carried of thoughts, of worries, of lists and names melts like wax in the presence of this deep, wordless peace. You realize that every step is not taking you further from the world, but closer to your true self, the version of you that lives beneath noise, the one who waits to be remembered only in the hush between waking and sleep. You place another foot forward, and the stair widens, as though unfolding into the upper chamber. You can feel it now, near. The room at the top, the center of the spiral, the quiet heart of Stonebridge Keep. You are not in a hurry. The steps will carry you there, as slowly as you need. You do not need to search. You only need to allow. A small wooden door appears, closed gently ahead. You pause, your hand hovering above its iron handle. The wood is warm, worn smooth by generations of dreaming palms. The door does not creak when it opens. The room inside is round, lit by dozens of floating candles that hover softly near the ceiling. Their flames sway in unison, as if breathing with the keep. A round rug rests in the center, woven in deep burgundy and silver, the pattern forming a perfect spiral. Cushions and soft quilts lie scattered around the edge of the room, waiting like old friends. There is a fireplace, crackling with the lowest possible flame, its glow like the final ember of a sunset. It doesn't try to heat the room. It simply exists, calm and complete. This is the chamber of rest. You step inside, and the door closes gently behind you, not locking, but disappearing. The keep is not a place you are trapped. It is a place that holds only as long as you need. You settle onto the cushions, letting your limbs grow heavy, your breath slow, your heart quiet. You listen to the hush of the room, the fire, the stone, the candles. They whisper nothing, just presence, just peace. Outside the windows, the stars do not move. They hold steady, like guardians. The spiral of the staircase ends here, not because there is no more to climb, but because you have reached the quiet center, the still point at the turning world. You let your body sink into rest, your eyes close, and your mind loosen. The keep surrounds you, like stone-formed lullaby, ancient and infinite. You lie still within the round chamber, the hush so complete it begins to cradle your thoughts. Like water, gently rocking a small boat, the firelight flickers across the curved walls, sending slow, dancing shadows like the wings of great birds, passing silently overhead. The scent of wood smoke and lavender weaves around you, thick and soft, wrapping into the very breath that moves in and out of your lungs. Your mind grows quieter still, like a lake in the first moment before dawn, perfectly still and reflective. The cushions beneath you shift ever so slightly, molding to your weight, not to trap, but to support. Your muscles let go of their grip without being asked. You are not just resting now. The keep, the staircase, the silence, they are all part of something that watches over you without sound or sight. It needs nothing from you but presence. And even that is given without effort. You feel more than understand that Stonebridge Keep does not vanish when you leave it. It waits. It remembers. It exists because you do. You become aware, faintly, of the rhythm of your breathing, matching once more the gentle pulse that echoes from the stones. That same deep, living heartbeat of the keep surrounds you, still, soft and strong, like the breathing of a sleeping giant beneath the castle's foundations. You are as much its dream as it is yours, and in this sacred stillness, time no longer matters. The past does not pull. The future does not press. There is only this moment, and the next breath. A soft sound breaks the silence, yet does not disturb it. It is the slow turning of gears, as if something ancient has begun to stir, not with urgency, but with gentle purpose. A music box, perhaps, or the slow winding of a celestial clock. You do not rise. You do not need to see its source. The sound is not for watching it. It's for being with. And so you listen. Your body still. Your chest rising and falling with the rhythm of something older than song. The spiral shape begins to form in your mind once more. Not the staircase now, but something grander. The spiral of galaxy, of shells and weather and dreams. You feel yourself held within the spiral, slowly moving inward to its quiet core. And the deeper you go, the quieter everything becomes, until you cannot tell the difference between silence and comfort, between stillness and love. The wind outside the keep has returned, brushing gently against the thick glass of the tower windows. It sings no tune and carries no warning. It simply moves, soft and circular, as if dancing with the keep itself. You imagine the ivy on the outer walls, rustling with it, vines swaying in slow rhythm. And still the fire flickers, and still the room holds you. You begin to sense, faintly, that you've been here before. Not in a memory you can name, but in the way your breath aligns perfectly with the room, in the way your body feels, as though it belongs to this place. Perhaps long ago, in another life, or perhaps in dreams you forgot upon waking. Your footsteps trace the same spiral, your soul finding this tower again and again. And each time, it was waiting, not changed, not disappointed, only patient. A bell sounds in the distance, not sharp, not sudden, a single, low chime, echoing through the stone in a circle, like the ripple of a pebble dropped into deep water. It does not call you to rise. It does not signal the end of anything. It simply marks, now, this moment, this breath, this stillness, a confirmation that you are exactly where you need to be. You do not move. You let the sound fade into your chest, into your arms and legs, into the corners of your mind where old thoughts used to spin. There is nothing left to think, no puzzles left to solve, no names left to hold. The stillness has softened them all, into mist, into memory, into peace. You begin to see, with the eyes of your resting mind, the chamber shifting not its shape, but its texture. The candles now flicker with a soft golden hue, casting warmth deeper into the stone. The fire pulses like a heartbeat. You imagine lying in a cradle formed from time and patience, the stones around you humming their lullaby. They've sung it before. They'll sing it again. But for now, it is yours. You let your head rest heavier. Your breath slows further still. If you moved your hand, to feel the gentle weave of the rug beneath your fingertips, but don't need to. You can feel it without touching. You know the room now. The chamber, the stair, the hush, the scent of aged wood and candle wax, and centuries of soft dust. Every breath you take becomes slower, deeper, until breath itself becomes dream. The spiral still exists, no longer outside you, but within. You feel it coiled inside your chest, inside your quiet mind. Each breath turns it a little more, slow as stop. You are not climbing anymore. You are floating now, within the spiral. The center has welcomed you home. Your body, your breath, the chamber, all melts into one soft presence. No edges, no weight. You are not asleep. You are not awake. You are dreaming gently, wrapped in the arms of an ancient keep that watches over all who wander its silent spiral. Somewhere far below, the spiral staircase remains, waiting in quiet suspension. But you are no longer aware of steps or turns. The feeling of ascent has faded, not because the journey is ended, but because you have arrived at the very center of stillness. Here, in this high room of silence and candlelight, you are no longer climbing. You are resting within the spiral, inside the slow breath of the castle itself. Time no longer touches you. The world outside has faded to a soft, forgotten blur. Above you, the curved ceiling glows faintly. Its stonework, laced with tiny flecks of quartz that catch the flicker of the candles. They shimmer like constellations caught in stone, like stars that drifted inside during some ancient night and never left. You trace them with your eyes, following the gentle arc of the dome, feeling your thoughts dissolve into the shapes and the softness. The hush in the air deepens. You have never known quiet like this, not empty, but full, as though everything you've ever needed to feel safe and seen and whole exists here in this space. There is a presence here, though it has no name, no face, no form. It is not a voice, not a figure. It is simply here, surrounding you, like an embrace made of breath and warmth. It does not speak. It does not explain. It simply remains, as constant and ancient as the keep itself. You do not need to ask anything of it. It offers peace without condition. It watches over you without expectation. You feel yourself soften beneath it. Uncurl. Let go. The air in the chamber grows warmer still, but never heavy. It is like curling beneath blankets that remember the shape of your body. The fire gives a soft crackle now and then, just enough to remind you that the world has not ended. It has only become gentler. You are still here, still breathing, but each breath is quieter, as though the air itself hums a lullaby. The flicker of the flames dances in the corner of your vision, their movements slow and hypnotic. You no longer notice when you blink. You simply drift. Another breeze finds its way through the arched windows. It carries the scent of deep forest, of moss, of cool night. As it brushes across your skin, you feel it carries something else, to a sensation like distant bells, like memory. You are not sure what it stirs inside you, but it feels like something that has waited a very long time to return. Something deep and old and kind. It does not ask to be remembered. It simply welcomes you back. You realize, without needing to explain it, that the keep itself dreams with you, that it, too, has a life of slumber long and quiet and full of stories. Stories carved into stone, into the grooves of the staircase, into the worn places where feet once stood in silence. It has held the dreams of many before you. It will hold the dreams of many after. But tonight, it holds yours. The candles begin to dim, not with smoke or flame, but with softness. Their light draws inward, as if tucking itself beneath a blanket of stone. The glow does not vanish. It simply folds into quiet, becoming part of the hush that now lives in every part of the room. The fire, too, draws down to the faintest ember, warm but no longer glowing. The keep has exhaled, and so have you. Your body sinks even further into the cushions. It feels impossibly light, not floating, not falling, but simply resting. Resting in a way that feels like home. You realize how long it has been since you truly rested, since your thoughts didn't run ahead of you, since your breath wasn't chasing something. But now, everything that once stirred within you has grown still. You are not being lulled to sleep. You are being returned to it as if the sleep was always waiting for you, just beneath the surface. You do not feel tired. You feel complete. There is no tension to unravel, no knots left to loosen. You are whole, untouched, and wrapped in the spiral of silence. You no longer need to rise. You no longer need to move. Even your heartbeat is slowed to match the rhythm of the keep. Soft, steady, sacred. In this moment, even dreams have paused to listen. There is no narrative here. No story to chase. Just the hush, just the breath, just a gentle pulse of stillness that carries you deeper and deeper and deeper still. If the keep were to speak, it would say nothing. It would simply remain holding your rest as if it were treasure, as if it were gold woven into time. And as the last shimmer of firelight fades, the stars beyond the windows glow just a little brighter. They are not blinking. They are watching, gently, not to wake you, not to call you, but to witness your peace, to honor the journey of every step you've taken within. You feel your body surrender fully, each limb as weightless as mist, your breath now softer than sleep itself. And within this surrender, something beautiful happens. Thoughts no longer drift. They disappear. You are not trying to sleep. You simply are. Sleep itself has become the room, the air, the hush, the heartbeat of the spiral. Even the spiral, once so vivid, now lives only as a sensation and echo curled gently in the space just behind your ribs. It no longer turns. It simply is, steady and still, a quiet shape of belonging. You drift now in a hush, so complete it feels holy, not in a grand or distant way, but in the quiet reverence of being wholly at ease. Nothing moves in this moment, and yet everything breathes with you. The stones, the shadows, the night beyond the keep's high walls all seem tuned to your stillness, as if the universe itself has paused with a hand on its chest. If thoughts come at all, they are soft and slow, like feathers brushing across water. Not ideas, not questions, just gentle impressions. The memory of your footsteps on the stone, the hush of the stairway rising beneath you, the feeling of old wood warmed by candlelight beneath your hand. But they do not linger. They drift away before they take shape, like mists dissolving in sunlight. Even the names of things, fade castle, stair, chamber, time, none of them are needed here. Somewhere beyond the windows, the sky remains velvet and vast. You sense the presence of stars, but do not look toward them. You do not need to. You feel them with the same quiet, knowing that tells you you are safe. They remain, as they always have, bearing silent witness to your rest. Not measuring it, not guarding it, simply being with it. That is all they have ever done. That is all they need to do. The keep, too, does not guard. It holds. It welcomes. It remembers without clinging, and watches without watching. You feel its memory now, not a list, not a record, but a deep impression of having been seen. It knows you, not by your name or your story, but by your breath, by the shape of your presence. It remembers the rhythm of your steps, the stillness of your sitting. And in that memory, it offers silence, not emptiness, silence. A silence that feels like rest woven into stone. A silence that bends time into softness, that unravels the last threads of tension from your thoughts, your jaw, your chest. You are more than relaxed. You are no longer holding yourself up. You are being held. The floor beneath you, the rug, the cushions all feel like they're part of the same gentle heartbeat now. You're not lying on them. You're lying within them. The way a stone rests at the bottom of a lake. The way a candle sits inside its own flame. And perhaps you begin to wonder not with words, but with a feathered touch of dream. What if the keep was never a building at all? What if it is your rest, shaped into form? What if this tower, this chamber, this winding stair is what your sleep has always tried to become? A structure for stillness, a form for peace. Not something you enter, but something you return to every time you let go. That idea doesn't need to make sense. It simply drifts through you like a melody, with no beginning or end. The keep is not a place, after all. It's a state of being, a spiral that leads not upward or downward, but inward. And now you are at the center of it, the stillest place of all. Your body knows this. Every part of you has quieted. Your hands are no longer aware of themselves. Your spine feels like a line of floating lights. Even your breath now moves with the tiniest rise and fall. So slow it is almost still. There is no need to guide it. It guides itself. You are not asleep in the way a day ends. You are not unconscious. You are simply here, in a rest so complete it needs no name. The chamber no longer needs to hold your awareness. It has done its work. It has brought you to this place of deep, wordless peace. Whether the candles have gone out or still flicker faintly in their sconces, you cannot say. Whether the fire still glows or has settled into quiet coals, you do not know. You do not need to know. The details have melted away, as the story has, as everything must. When the soul is allowed to rest, what remains is present and hush and the deep, sacred spiral of breath. Perhaps you'll return here tomorrow night, or in a month, or in a year. Perhaps not in this exact dream, but in the shape of it. in a stare, in a flickering light, in the feeling of being quietly remembered by something larger than you. The keep is always there, just beyond the veil of waking. Not waiting, but welcoming. It exists because you rest. It dreams because you do. And so now, let go of even this. Let go of the chamber. Let go of the story. Let go of the keep. Let go of the spiral. There is no place left to climb. There is no need to descend. You are here. You are held. You are home. The air around you is velvet now, not fabric. Not when something finer. The hush within the keep has settled completely into your limbs. You'll feel not like you've fallen asleep, but like you've returned to the place where sleep itself is born. This chamber, this warmth, this spiral of silence, it is the origin of all rest, tucked into a quiet corner of the dreaming world. You sense it more than see it, a warmth, a glow, a depth that asks for nothing in return. Somewhere, faintly, a sound like the chime of crystal against crystal rings out, not once, but in layers rippling through the hush like slow water over smooth stone. The sound does not stir you. It joins you, the music of silence layered with one note of memory. It says, you are still here, and everything is as it should be. You don't need to remember where you began. The forest paths under the doorway to the keep. The first step on the winding stair. All of it still lives inside you, but no longer as a journey. Now it is part of your stillness, a soft braid woven through your breath. You are not climbing. You are not lying. You are being. The castle is not something around you. It is something you've become. You notice that there is no end to the silence. It doesn't close, doesn't finish. It continues gently. The way breath continues in sleep. The way waves curl and uncurl on the shore of a distant sea. The keep was never about reaching the top. It was about letting go of the need to reach. And so you did. Without knowing, without effort. If there were dreams before this, you can't recall them now. They are not lost. They have simply joined the hush, melted into this deeper layer of peace. What remains is something simpler than thought and deeper than feeling. You are the moment between heartbeats. The pause between night and morning. The sigh of a world that has nothing more to ask of you tonight. No more turns remain. No more steps rise beneath your feet. The keep has guided you inward, and now it rests with you. Even the heartbeat of the stone has slowed, or perhaps it has become your own. The difference no longer matters. You are matched in rhythm, in stillness, in breath. There are no more windows here, no more doors. Just space, a soft cocoon of ancient warmth and quiet. You sense the room is still holding you, but you no longer define yourself by where you lie. You could be floating, or rooted. You could be in the keep, or beneath the stars, or nowhere at all. It all feels the same now. It all feels like home. The softness of the cushions beneath you could be clouds or earth or woven velvet. The air might be laced with lavender or dust or starlight. But it no longer matters. You do not need to describe it. You do not need to notice. You are inside the story the way light is inside a flame. Not separate. Not seeking. Simply part of the glow. You might sleep for hours here, or only minutes, but you will not feel the passing. Time folds inward like the spiral. It carries you deeper, not forward, deeper into stillness, not further from it. There is no tomorrow inside this breath. There is only now, and now is quiet, and now is complete. The stones beneath you carry the weight of centuries, but they do not burden. They hum gently beneath your bones like a lullaby pressed into stone. You feel yourself floating inside the breath of something enormous and loving. The castle breathes with you. The spiral sleeps with you. The hush wraps around your heart like the arms of something ancient and kind. Even if you never return to this chamber with waking memory, you will remember the feeling of being held, of being known by silence, of becoming so deeply still that even your dreams rest. That peace lives in your very breath, that nothing is needed, not thoughts, not movement, not names, only stillness. Only this: you are part of the keep now, not trapped, not tethered, part of its long dream. When others find their way here, when they rest deeply enough to reach this place, you will be part of the hush that holds them. You will be the warmth in the air, the softness in the stones, the spiral that waits for no one, but always welcomes. And though you will return, as all dreamers do, to the waking world, you carry this spiral within you now. The steps beneath the silence, the room beyond the noise, the hush that has no end. You are safe. You are home. You are already asleep. You may notice, somewhere in the space between thought and breath, that the hush is no longer around you but inside you. The stillness has become part of your bones, your breath, your being. It's not a place you visited, but a place you returned to. The keep wasn't found, and it wasn't climbed. It was remembered, a part of you that always knew how to spiral gently into peace, a memory deeper than dreams, waiting patiently beneath the surface of every night. There is no effort in the way you lie now, no position to adjust, no edge to soften. You are the hush, the slow breath, the candle's last flicker. You exist between the folds of sleep and sky, floating in the warmth of timelessness. There is no border between you and the keep, no seam between your silence and its stone. You are the spiral. You are the breath. You are the chamber at the top of the long-forgotten stair. Perhaps you dreamed this place as a child, before you knew how to name it. Perhaps it was in the hush between pages, the shadows of your room at night, the quiet at the heart of lullabies. Perhaps this was always the place your deepest self wandered to when the world became too loud. And now, you have returned, not as a visitor, but as someone who belongs here, who has always belonged here. There is no story left to tell, no narrative to follow. You are beyond the shape of words. You are not being told a tale. You are becoming stillness itself. The journey is done not because you have reached a destination, but because you have become the thing you sought. Peace, not borrowed peace, not temporary quiet, the kind of peace that is older than memory, older than castles and stars, the kind that needs no name. If there are stars above, they shine without asking to be seen. If there are echoes below, they sing without needing to be heard. The keep rests in its spiral, just as you do, soft and whole and slow. No steps rise now. No winds move. Even the dreams that once curled behind your thoughts have drifted into their own slumber. The night is full of rest, and it holds no end. You are not falling asleep. You have already arrived. What remains is the feeling of weightlessness without floating, stillness without stopping, silence without absence, a warmth that does not press, but surrounds. A hush so deep it feels like the space between stars, the moment just before the world breathes in. You rest inside that breath now, uncounted and unmeasured, whole and complete. And should you dream again, should your mind drift into images or stories or light, they will be shaped gently by this hush. Your dreams will carry the echo of the keep, of the stone steps that appeared only as you surrendered to sleep. One step for every hour of deep rest, a spiral built not by will, but by release. You feel your breath deepen once more, but not from effort. It moves like water across stone, slow and sure. It doesn't fill your chest, it fills your being. You are no longer separate from the rest that holds you. There is no border now between the keep and the dream and the sleeper. There is only hush, only warmth. Only the rhythm of a story that never needed to end. The candlelight no longer flickers. It pulses now, soft and steady, like the echo of your heartbeat in a room that remembers. The chamber breathes with you. It remembers you without detail. Not your name, not your face. Only the shape of your rest, the weight of your peace, the gentle curve of your stillness, spiraling into the quiet. And if someday someone else should find this place, should they step into their own dream, and begin to climb the hidden stairs of a castle. They do not know they remember, perhaps. They too will feel you. Not as a voice, not as a shadow, but as part of the hush. A presence within the spiral, a kindness shaped like silence. You are no longer alone, and never were. You are the hush now, and the hush will never leave you. The hush deepens, if such a thing is possible, as though even silence has layers and you are now nestled at its innermost fold. Here, even the idea of waking fades like mist. There's no return to anticipate, no ending to await. This stillness isn't a pause before something else is the destination itself. You do not sleep the way a candle flickers out. You sleep the way a mountain sits beneath snow, undisturbed, unchanging, complete beneath you. The keep no longer. Its stare has stopped shaping steps. It has gone quiet, not because it is empty, but because it has joined your stillness. The very stones seem to exhale as you rest. They remember you not with images, not with thoughts, but with presence. You have left no footprints, and yet the keep knows you. It will always know you. Even long after this dream slips away, it will remember the shape of your rest, the rhythm of your breath, the quietness you brought with you. You feel yourself dissolve in the best of ways. Not disappear, not vanish, but blend into hush, into peace, into the warmth of the chamber, the roundness of the walls, the spiral at the heart of the world. You are no longer the guest of this keep. You are the dreamer it was built for. Its steps rose for you. Its candlelight burned for you. Its silence curled inward to cradle only you. And now, all of that remains not above or below you, not around you, but within. The keep has folded itself into your breath, into your chest, into your sleep. Its spiral is your heartbeat. Its walls are your warmth. Its chamber is your quiet. If your mind stirs, if some forgotten edge of wakefulness returns for just a flicker, it will find nothing to grasp, no door to open, no thought to catch, only velvet, only dark, only hush. And in that hush, comfort, a comfort so deep it asks nothing of you, a peace so full it fills even the places in you didn't know were waiting to be filled. No one speaks in this place because nothing needs to be said. There is no story left because you have become the ending. There is no climb left because you have become the center. No effort, no motion, just breath, slow, soft, silent. The fire, if it remains at all, glows only as a pulse, deep in the stone, a memory of warmth. You no longer see it. You no longer need to. You are the glow, the flicker, the rest. The keep may still rise behind you in spiral stone, but it doesn't matter. You no longer face up or down. You no longer face. You simply exist. Not a single thread of tension remains in your limbs. Not a single corner of thought left to soften. You have given yourself wholly and gently to this sleep. And sleep, in turn, has received you as a gift. The keep exists only for this. For you, for the one who dares to let go. Outside, the world continues, but you are untouched by its pace. Here, inside the spiral, hours do not pass. They fold, they stretch, they dissolve. You may sleep for minutes, or for a full cycle of the moon, and neither would feel different, because here, the only time that matters is the time it takes for your breath to rise and fall. And even that, too, slows. You have become the hush. You have become the keep. You have become sleep. The keep now exists only in feeling. You no longer see its walls, nor sense its curve, yet you know it surrounds you, like a breath that wraps around the chest from the inside, like warmth felt. Even when the fire's gone, it is with you still, not as a place, not even as a dream, but as a rhythm inside your stillness. You are the calm at the center of all spirals, the hush that hovers at the end of stories, when nothing else must be said. You are resting now, not just in body, but in soul. The kind of rest that only comes when every doorway has been passed through. Every sound is softened, and even time has knelt at the threshold and stayed outside. There is a sense now that the keep has folded around you like a shell folds around the pearl. It is no longer something you enter. It has become something that enters you. It moves through your chest as breath, through your limbs as warmth, through your thoughts as stillness. It is the soft echo beneath your dreaming mind, steady, safe, endless. You do not need to return anywhere. You do not need to awaken. You do not need to prepare for anything. There is no task, no morning waiting, no edge to cross. The spiral never ends, it simply grows quieter. And so you let go, again and again, in smaller and smaller ways, until you no longer notice the difference between letting go and simply being. The keep cradles you. Now the way a lullaby cradles silence. After its final note, it holds the shape of your breath after you've exhaled, as if the room itself remembers what it means to rest, simply because you rest, and it will hold that shape even when your mind has slipped past memory, when all you know is warmth and hush and the deep, invisible thread of comfort winding softly around you. If someone were to walk those stairs, now if another dreamer, in some other night, climbed slowly toward the chamber, you would not stir. But still, your peace would reach them. The echo of your rest would fold into the stone. The hush that now holds you would find its way into their breath. And they would rest too, because you rested first. No part of you remains outside the spiral. There is nothing waiting elsewhere. All that you are is here, inside this moment, inside this breath, inside the silence so vast and gentle that even dreams fall quiet. You are weightless now, not floating, merging, not vanishing. You are not asleep like someone closing a door. You are asleep like a candle becoming its own wax, like snow becoming sky again. Even now, as you drift into the deepest part of yourself, the keep watches, but not with eyes. It watches with silence, with memory, with warmth. It will never let go of your shape. No matter how far you drift, it will carry the stillness you gave it. And it will give that stillness back to every dreamer who needs it. And so now, let your breath slip away from thought. Let your limbs become the hush. Let even your mind spiral softly into the center of the spiral, where there is no movement, no light, no story. Only sleep, only hush, only you. If you were to dream now, the dream would have no shape. It would be like drifting in a warm current. The sense of movement without direction, presence without position, no sky, no path, no words. Just a feeling of being entirely allowed to be nothing and everything, allowed to exist without explanation. This, too, is rest. The rest that follows all stories. The hush that cradles the last breath before sleep, carries you beyond even dreams. You might think the keep has vanished, but that is not quite true. It has become so completely one with you that you can no longer tell where its hush ends and your silence begins. It was never a place to explore. It was always a memory to return to. One carved into your very breath. One that opens only when you are ready to let go of clocks and names and the weight of waking. The spiral no longer wins. It simply exists, a perfect circle, settled in stillness, like a pond undisturbed for 1,000 years. That circle is your chest rising, falling, rising again. That is all. That is enough. The stairs are gone. The chamber is gone. The hush remains. It always will. No part of you reaches forward now. There is no tomorrow, no questions, no preparation. The world has paused its asking. You do not need to bring anything back with you. You are allowed to sleep as if nothing else exists. And for now, for this quiet space of breath and hushit, the last glimmer of candlelight, whether real or imagined, fades behind your closed eyes. It was never there to show you something, only to reflect what was already glowing in your own stillness. And now that glow has settled into your breath, a warmth that does not move, a peace that does not pass. Nothing calls you, nothing pulls. You are suspended in rest now, like a single snowflake, nestled deep within a drift silent, soft, whole. The story is over, but it never truly ended. It folded itself into your chest and became the hush you now breathe, the sleep you now are. You do not need to say goodbye to the keep. It does not close its doors. It does not fade. It remains waiting without waiting, holding without hands, existing wherever your stillness begins, and you drift, slow and sacred, into the center of the spiral, into the deepest hush, into the dreamless warmth, into sleep. You are safe. You are warm. You are held. The hush is complete. The breath is soft. The sleep is whole. Sleep now and stay